Hey, what's going on guys? Lady Harlequin here again. And today, once again, we're playing some Deathmatch on Santa Lucia as our beautiful siren. And today, this is actually, as I'm recording this, tomorrow, Watch Dogs is coming out. And I am so excited. I'm going to be doing a playthrough of it, like I said. This is probably going to be the last AC multiplayer video I do for a little bit, just because I'm mostly going to be focused on Watch Dogs. Not to say that I'm not going to play AC at all, I will, and maybe here and there between certain episodes I will upload a game, but for the majority of the time it's going to be full Watch Dog coverage. Now, in this game there is a little bit of lag. There are a couple of times where I was trying to kill my target, like I knew who he was. There was a point where he's disguised and I obviously knew who he was. And the game's like, no, you're not gonna get a prompt and you're gonna get stunned, so I got rocket punched. Anyway, so it's been a couple of days since my last upload, and I'm probably gonna upload these two videos that I have up, this one and another one. But so the reason for this is, if you know PewDiePie, who you probably do, even if you don't like him, you know of him, he started rather, a playthrough on this game called Corpse Party, and I actually love that game, and I haven't played it in forever. I played a little bit of it, I never completely beat it myself, so I was like, okay, let's watch. But he just started it and I wanted to finish the entire series. So another friend of his, Cry, did one a long time ago. He finished it and I watched his entire series in like 2 days. So I finished it today and it was so good, and I completely forgot that there was an anime of it that came out a while ago. And I started watching that too. And it's only like 4 episodes, but each episode is like an hour and a half, because they're trying to cram every single thing that happened in Corpse Party into 4 episodes. And when I tell you that that game is gory, or rather the anime is gory, it is seriously gory. If you either aren't a fan of horror, or you're squeamish, or any of that, I don't recommend you watch it. I really don't. It's so gross, but I feed off that kind of thing. It's so awesome to me, and I can't get enough of that stuff, so I watch it all the time. But I haven't seen, like, I don't watch too much anime in the sense of like a lot of gore or anything. Like, the anime that I watch is, most people watch it, Blue Exorcist, Bleach, Naruto, all that other anime stuff. While it has blood in it, it's not gory. You know what I mean? Corpse Party is basically like, the premise is, it's all these high school students, or junior high school students, and they're in their school and it's like 7 o'clock at night, and they decide to tell like spooky ghost stories or something. And it's about, the ghost story entails an elementary school that had all these mysterious disappearances all the time. It was like cursed or something, haunted. And so they're all laughing it off, kind of. They're getting scared. A teacher comes in and scares them. They'll have a laugh, and they start taking selfies and trying to remember everyone because one of their friends is going to move away. And so one of the girls says, I saw this friendship charm on the internet, and we can do this, and once it's complete, we'll be friends forever as long as we keep a piece of the charm. So everyone's like, oh, this is so cute, yay, let's do it. And they do it, and basically it's like they have this paper doll, which is pretty much the shape of like a gingerbread man, and it's made out of, it's made out of paper. And they're supposed to say a phrase for each person that is in the group. So if you have 10 people in your group, you're supposed to say this phrase 10 times plus 1. So in total, everyone has to say this phrase 11 times, and if you don't, something bad will happen. They didn't know that, of course. So apparently they F it up, and there's a massive earthquake. The floorboards collapse, and they all fall 1 floor down. And it turns out that they actually fell into the abandoned school that they were talking about, with all the disappearances and stuff, and everybody's freaking out. and it's all this supernatural interdimension thing. So everyone fell in the same place. They fell into the same school. They're not actually, not all of them are actually in the same exact school. There's different dimensions of school. So I could be in one dimension of the same school, but you're in a completely different one. So you might hear my voice, but you'll never see me because we're not in the same time space. So it's crazy like that. And there's just massive death. It is just so gory, at least in the anime. Again, if you're squeamish and you don't like that kind of stuff, but you're into horror, I would suggest watching the gameplay because it's not nearly as horror-filled, but it still gives you that scare kind of thing, and it's awesome. But without giving too much away, because this death actually happens early in the game and the anime, so you'll see it quickly. It's really, really gruesome. Basically, one of your friends gets captured by these two spirits, these two vengeful children and their spirits or whatever, and they get a hold of them, and you're told by another friendly spirit, and she says, you need to save your friend, you have to appease these two spirits or else they're really going to harm your friend, so you need to do it quickly. And the only way to do that is to have their killer be remorseful, you know, make them basically have their killer apologize to them for killing them, because this killer was actually still in the building. And the killer, you figured out who the killer was, and you found this doll that he always carried with him. And the doll spoke. It was like this ominous, creepy whisper, and it was like, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry for what I did. But it was monotone, so it didn't really sound, you know, like they were sorry, but whatever. So they were like, okay, we'll play this for you, and hopefully this will appease the spirits. They'll let our friend go, and we can go about our business. And they play it, and the spirits seem calm, and they're like, okay, so give us back our friend and we can leave. And then in an instant, the spirits flipped out, and they grabbed the girl by her leg, and they started floating, so now her head is towards the floor. And they burst through the door, so now they're in a corridor, a long hallway or whatever, and they drag her face against the wooden floor. It's an old building, it's decrepit, so there's like splinters poking out in the floor, and it's dragging into her face, going in her eyes, and I'm like, oh my god, it's sitting there watching it. And they fling her across the corridor. She hits the wall, and the speed, momentum, and force of impact basically obliterates her. And she like just explodes, and you see like guts everywhere. There's eyes falling from the ceiling. You can just see pieces of her flesh falling off, and it's so gross. I was like, oh my god. It was ridiculous. So crazy. It basically looked like if you fell from an airplane and hit the ground. That's basically what she looked like on the wall. It was crazy. Really, really awesome though to watch. Again, squeamish people, do not attempt to watch this. And it's crazy, you know, the premise of dying there is like, you don't just die and then go, okay, I'm not going to feel the pain anymore. However you die there, you're going to feel that for the rest of your existence. So if you fell from 2 stories and broke all your bones in your body and just bled out, you're going to feel that for the rest of your existence. And I was like, wow, that's deep. I mean, it's a crazy meaning. Definitely the anime is more depressing though. So the game is actually more, yay, happy rainbow sunshine at the end. Even though there still are deaths, but the anime definitely is the more blunt of them. But yeah, so if you're into that kind of stuff, definitely check out Corpse Party. It's awesome. And yeah, I don't care that I talked about that anime for this entire video. For the majority of it anyway. I love horror things. And when I started watching it again, I was like, this is why I'm into this kind of stuff. So yeah. So now we are after the black man. And I'm not racist. I'm black, so I can say that. And we get a kill, and then we freaking die in the middle of the kill by a super pro with the gun. Good job, sir. This is how you play, guys. Oh god, the gun. It took me like 8 years to get another target then. Now we're just gonna spend the rest of the game taunting as the duelist, because why not? And I win! Yay! First place. Duh. No. Anyway guys, so that's the end of the match. I hope you guys enjoyed as usual. If you did, give it a like as it helps me out a lot. And really quick, I just want to thank each and every one of you guys for subscribing. It really means a lot. You know, it validates what I do, that, you know, it's entertaining for you guys. So again, I really appreciate it. Thanks so much, and I'll catch you guys later.